Okay, everyone, please take your seats so we can begin our ceremony. I ask that everyone please silence their cell phones. Good morning. I'm Chief Lucas, Director of the City University of New York Public Safety Training Academy, and welcome to our graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome Campus Peace Officer Recruit Class 0118. I ask that everyone remain standing for the playing of our country's national anthem. I'd ask that we observe a brief moment of silence for all the men and women in law enforcement and the military that we lost this previous year. Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome recruits, relatives, friends, and esteemed guests to the graduation of City University of New York Department of Public Safety Class 0118. I'd like to introduce the Academy staff to you and the distinguished members of our days. Our Academy staff: Administrative Assistant Vinay Banks, Specialist Frank Peter Smith, Specialist Teresa Nisaporov, Specialist James Francis, and Specialist Sylvia Torres. Thank you, staff, for all your hard work. The distinguished members of our days: University Director of Public Safety, William Barrett. University Deputy Director, Michael Ferrandino. Central Office Director, Dawn Smallwood. Director of Public Safety, College of Staten Island, Michael Lederhandler. Director of Public Safety, Baruch College, Henry McLaughlin. Director of Public Safety, Borough of Manhattan Community College, Michael Korn. Director of Public Safety, City College, Pat Moreno. Director of Public Safety, Lehman College, Fausto Ramirez. Director of Public Safety, Bronx Community College, representing him, Lieutenant Mary Faison. Director of Public Safety, Gutman Community College, Anastasia Kutsiris. Director of Public Safety, LaGuardia Community College, James Rantham. Director of Public Safety, John Jay College, Diego Redondo. Director of Public Safety, School of Journalism, Pamela Draper. Director of Public Safety, Kingsborough Community College, James Capozzo. Acting Director of Public Safety, Medgar College, Francisca Vargas. Director of Public Safety, New York City College of Technology, Stephen Trowbridge. Director of Public Safety, Queensborough Community College, John Triolo. Director of Public Safety, Queens College, Beth Amlander. Director of Public Safety, York College, Rufus Messiah and Lieutenant Carlos Suarez. Teamsters Local 237 President, Gregory Floyd. Our Academy training is a team effort. I wish to thank all the directors from the campuses for the assistance that they lend us throughout our training, through instructional resources, lending us personnel, and other resources. I would also like to extend special recognition to Director of Public Safety of York College, Rufus Messiah, who along with the President and staff members of the college provided invaluable assistance throughout the recruit training and preparation for this event. Thank you all for participating in this special event, the graduation of Campus Peace Officer Class 0118. Once again, I'm Chief Barkoukas, Director of Training, and I've had the privilege of overseeing the training of these fine men and women. It was an honor to interact with these exceptional individuals. Speaking to the recruits of Class 0118, congratulations. It has been a long and at times probably seemingly never-ending road to get here. You've passed all the hiring hurdles and survived the physical and mental training of academy life. You and your families have sacrificed a lot over the past 3 months to successfully arrive at this moment in your life. You've worked hard through personal and family hardships and now are eager to start on your new career. At the Academy, one of the central themes we instilled is never give up. Never give up physically, and more importantly, never give up mentally. We strive to develop our people as guardians of their community. You must never lose sight. The profession you have chosen is a service profession. It is your responsibility to protect and serve. And the community you serve is a vulnerable one. Many of the students at our campuses have faced many hardships and to attend our colleges. Most attendees are seeking a better life through education. They and their parents have made significant sacrifices. Our youngest students, those coming directly from high school, are the most vulnerable. They're often naive to criminal threats and potential hazards and dangers. In addition, the stress associated with college life can sometimes be overwhelming. Stress from being in a new environment, stress from trying to fit in and find their path in life, academic stress, social stress, and the at-risk activities associated with college life. It is your responsibility to always maintain a vigilant watch over them. As public safety professionals, your job is not only to enforce the law, but to look out for the mental and physical safety of our students, faculty, and staff. This is accomplished through observation and communication with the people you serve. It is incumbent on you to always go the extra mile, to identify small issues which may lead or reveal larger problems. It's crucial that you focus on community relations. You should inspire people. People should look at you and say, because of you, I achieved my goals. Always look to motivate, not only yourselves, but to motivate others. When you work in public safety, we often get tunnel vision and get so focused on our immediate mission that we lose sight of the greater but less visible good we serve. By this I mean we go about our daily duties, responding to calls, effecting arrests, assisting those in need, concentrating on the here and now. But that is not the end-all be-all of your job. Remember that in your line of work, a slow day is a good day. A day without incident is what is expected from the people that you serve. This is often the hardest thing for eager and dedicated professionals like yourself to adjust to. But for the parents of our students, the peace of mind you provide them in knowing their most prized possessions are in the hands of dedicated and professional individuals is priceless. The safety of their children shouldn't be something that weighs heavy on their minds. Parents of our students, the students themselves, our faculty and staff put their trust in all of you to protect them and to look out for their welfare, most without giving it a second thought. I know you all will not let them down. We always hope for the best, but we prepare and we train for the worst. Your academy training is a foundation for which your career will build upon. A foundation whose bottommost layer is the character of each and every one of you. Bear in mind, though, there is no substitute for on-the-job training. Your future experiences, mentoring from senior officers and supervisors, and specialized training you'll participate in over your careers will shape you into the most professional campus peace officer you can be. When you put on a uniform, any uniform, people view you as an expert in your field. If a person wears a football uniform for their school, it's believed they are among the best available for their team and completely knowledgeable about their position and the game they play. The same holds true when you put on a uniform of public or peace officer, fireman, paramedic, or soldier. You will be looked upon as an expert in your field. In addition, you are expected to serve your community professionally at all times. And of course, you're expected to have all the right answers all the time and be flawless in the execution of your duties. From this point forward, you'll be in the public eye, and all your actions will be subject to intense scrutiny. Expectations of you are extremely high. Because of these facts, the donning of the uniform should instill an extra sense of pride in each and every one of you. You must never do anything that will cast a negative light on that uniform, your department, and yourself. It takes a special individual to choose a career in public safety. Inside each and every one of you, there was a calling to serve others. And you chose to pursue that calling and attended the CUNY Public Safety Training Academy. Today, as you graduate and go out to use the skills you've learned, you will be tested and I point these things out because they are testament to your commitment to service. Your reward for all your hard work will be increased stress, physical and mental challenges, a modest paycheck, and the priceless feeling of knowing you make a significant difference and impact in your community. Few jobs are more fulfilling. If you do your job well, the satisfaction you receive will seem almost selfish. In the academy, you were taught the law and the Constitution. Never forget, it is your responsibility to understand and apply what you have learned to the people you serve. You are entrusted to be servants and protectors of the community. You must never violate that trust which you've been granted. You must always obey the law as you enforce it. Many of you in the future will become supervisors. Remember to be the kind of leader that you yourself would follow. It has been an absolute privilege for me to preside over you at the Academy. I'm immensely proud of each and every one of you. You are now members of the CUNY Public Safety family and the larger law enforcement community. With time, you'll grow to appreciate and understand how special that is. We are a team. We always watch out for each other. I can't stress this point enough. Whatever difficult issues may arise at work or in your personal lives, always remember this. In this family, no one fights alone. The most precious asset the Department of Public Safety has are its people. Be there for each other. Our Academy time is winding down. A few brief salutations remain from our distinguished guests, and you will be given an oath that has no expiration date, an oath whose fundamentals were not developed and written by the job, but rather by the values and attributes of you and the men and women who came before you and devotedly sacrificed for the job. I know you will all be successful at your jobs and approach the challenges of the day with enthusiasm and commitment. I wish you all great success and long and safe careers, safety and continued success for the future. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call up our first guest speaker, Teamsters Local 237 President, Gregory Floyd.
Thank you. Good morning. I just want to give a little advice to the graduates. I was sitting there thinking about all the wonderful opportunities you presented on this day. And the reason you're presenting these opportunities on this day is because this is the first day of your career. You have an opportunity to make impressions for the first time with your supervisors, the faculty, the students, and the reputation that you have now is a good one. You have an opportunity to start off fresh. Whatever you did to this point doesn't matter. Today is the first day of the beginning of your careers. So you can make good impressions, lasting impressions, because remember, those students may one day be faculty members and even presidents of your colleges. You could be sitting in one of these seats. The world is at your feet. Please take advantage of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Floyd. Next, I'd like to invite University Director of Public Safety, Chief William Barry.
I'd like to pull out a 6-page speech, but I don't have one. I never have one. I've been doing this for 18 years. And what I try to do is come and get a feel for what's going on, the people that are here, the recruits that are coming through, and figure out what I'm going to say. So bear with me, I won't be long, that's for sure. Our motto is service with integrity and pride. That's what you have to go for. Your main job in this campus is service. You'll do 80 cases until you turn blue. And then you'll have criminal cases, very little, thank goodness. But that's also a function of you guys. So, but that's where we're really at. You really have to put that, I know Jim has put that out there in his book that he wrote. But that's okay, because I can't write books. But at this point, I just want to have class 0118 stand. About face. Order. Arms. They don't know I'm doing this. This is for all the family. You should be thankful that you have family members that will assist you through this long journey, and it's very important that you salute them. So, order, out. 0118, about face. Take your seats. How'd I do, Carlos? Not too sure how I did. Anyway, you people out there, you're the most important people to these recruits. You're the ones that are gonna say, how come you gotta work a 4 to 12 today? How come you gotta work a 12 to 8 today? How come you gotta work a day shift today? Because the director told you you gotta work it. That's the bottom line. So when you hear that, when you find out that the shift has been changed from a day shift to an evening shift to an overnight shift, understand, it's these guys. These are the guys that are doing it. So take a good look at them. All your iron goes here, it doesn't go to these guys. They're the ones that are going to say, yes, sir, I'm ready to serve. Congratulations. I know, I can't tell you how long ago it was, but when I went through the FBI Academy, I did 16 weeks of training. When I came here to CUNY, I did 2 weeks of training in order to become a peace officer. That has now gone to the point where now you're here for 13 or 14 weeks. So understand that the training that you get is just as good or better, because I know my trainers here, than anything you got in the FBI. Congratulations. Continue to do a good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Barry. We will proceed with our badge-to-badge ceremony. It is a tradition for recruits who have close family members that are active or retired members of law enforcement or the military community to pin the recruit's badge. I ask that recruits and their family members participating in the badge-to-badge ceremony please come up on stage. Anthony Speller and his son-in-law Michael Ferrance, New York City Department of Corrections. Christopher Nieves and his uncle Detective David Nieves, New York City Police Department. John DeRima and his cousin Detective Brenton Cole, New York City Police Department. Shylonda Lewis and her uncle Sergeant Louis Renville, CUNY Department of Public Safety. Charisma Brown and her mother Maine Brown, New York City School Safety. Tia Gardner and her mother Angela Gardner, New York City School Safety. Christopher Owens and his father, Christopher Owens Sr., Triborough Bridge MTA Police. Nico Baker and his cousin, Don Thomas, Brooklyn Public Library Police. Roderick Abarca and his father, Sergeant Pedro Soto, CUNY Department of Public Safety. Kendrick Jones and his brother, Kevin Jones, CUNY Department of Public Safety. Proceed with the pinning of the badges. Okay, I'd like to mention Yasmin Maldonado and her husband, Lieutenant Efren Maldonado, was also on stage. Congratulations to our Badge to Badge recipients. Everyone a big round of applause. Okay, thank you. We'll now present awards to those recruits who distinguished themselves in various disciplines during their academy training. Recruits, when I call your name, please come up and receive your award. Our first two awards are our leadership awards. These are presented to the recruits who set an example of professionalism, displayed initiative, assisted in maintaining standards and protocols for themselves and their colleagues, and acted as a conduit between the recruits and academy staff. Our recruits receiving leadership awards are Catherine Alvarado Moda and Yasmin Maldonado. The award for academic excellence was extremely close and came down to the last test. This was one of our highest scoring overall academic classes. The award is presented to Dilshad Khan. Our Defensive Tactics Awards are presented to the male and female recruits who demonstrated the greatest proficiency in the taught defensive tactics techniques. The award for Defensive Tactics Male goes to Christopher Owens. The award for Defensive Tactics Female goes to Catherine Alvarado Mota. Physical Fitness Awards are presented to the male and female who displayed the highest level of physical fitness. The Physical Fitness Award Male is presented to Christopher Owens. Physical Fitness Award Female is presented to Tia Gardner. Our Driving Award is presented to the recruit with the fastest overall time through the Emergency Vehicle Operations course. Our Top Gun driver is Navendra Ramasamy with a time of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Our final two awards are the Esprit de Corps Awards. The definition of Esprit de Corps is the common spirit existing in the members of a group and inspiring enthusiasm, devotion, and a strong regard for the honor of the group. Our Esprit de Corps Award recipients are Shailanda Lewis and Christian Gill.
before you go, I sit here and my mind goes 100 miles an hour, I'm sorry, but this is our Ocean's 8. Thank you.
The members of Recruit Class 0118 have selected Recruit Janice Devlin to say a few words on their behalf. Recruit Devlin is a fine young man who always has a positive outlook, and we are all the better for knowing him. Recruit Devlin?
Good morning, all. I'd like to first acknowledge Chief Bill Barry. I would like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone that came. I'd like to say a special thank you to Chief Demetrius Warkoukas for overseeing the whole academy process. We really thank you. Look at us. When I was nominated to do this speech, at first I had second thoughts, and then I realized afterwards it was an honor to come and speak on behalf of my whole graduating class. That, and then I realized nobody else wanted to do it. The question I asked mainly was, how much time would I have? I was told 5 minutes. 5 minutes to say everything I had to say that happened through this whole academy process. All the bonds that we made, all of the friendships we made, all of the experience that we shared, I had to put into 5 minutes. It's almost impossible. But I'll try, so bear with me. From the beginning, we didn't know exactly what was going to happen. From when we first walked into Academy, some of us didn't think that we would make it. Some of us didn't. But moving forward, we went from every man for themselves to becoming Squad A and Squad B. And together, even though in 2 squads, we make one strong team. We helped each other so many different ways. From going to study groups, helping each other get through tests, to changing eating habits. Black coffee, Gil. Then from even taking time to go forward and just become one group. And we just want to say thank you. Also, I would just like to say a special shout out to Specialist Nichipori and Specialist Francis. From them, I came in this academy at 330 pounds. I am now down to 286 pounds. I owe it mainly to them and those 7 flights of stairs. We hate those stairs. But those stairs taught us a lot. It actually let me know that everything I think is an obstacle isn't really an obstacle at all. And you can overcome them. But seriously, no, we hate those stairs. And I'd like to give a special shout out to each individual that came and gave their time to us. And I would like to say thank you. Starting with Lieutenant Arkeem Dunlap and Sergeant Raymond Turner for teaching us CPR. From that, we now know that we could splint anyone, and we could also render first aid, but we won't give them meds, because we're not allowed to do that. I'd also like to thank Specialist Alexandria Torres for teaching us domestic violence and going over that with us. And I now know that if I get into an argument with my wife, I could calm the situation by giving her Red Lobster biscuits and grilled salmon. I'd also like to thank Lieutenant Robert Lyons. Thank you for giving us your time for ethical awareness and letting us know that if an apartment was burning and we had the opportunity to save our wife or our female neighbor and her child, to let your wife burn. Let the child burn, marry the female neighbor, and make them kids. I'd also like to thank Specialist Mario Isaac for coming and giving his time to us for DWI. And I'd also like to thank Specialist Angel Irizarry. Because of you, we now know what distinct and sustained nystagmus at maximum deviation. Thank you to Lieutenant Keith Brown for helping us through our verbal standard field sobriety test. And I'd also like to give special thanks to Sergeant Alan Orozco, because he let us know that not only does Queensboro have a lake, but they patrol it with a scuba team. And I'd like to also give a special thanks to Francisco Vargas and Specialist Nick Monti for coming and helping us through EVA. I personally would also like to give a special thanks to Fred Torres for riding with me through my EVA test. We was like Starsky and Hutch out there, just bending corners. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Specialist Caligari, Sergeant Polanco, P.O. Paul Diaz for coming and teaching us, P.O. Troy Coleman, also like to give a special thank you. Now, to the people we spend the time with the most, our instructors. I would first like to give a special thanks to Specialist Teresa Nichikoro. Thank you because of you now, we now look at each day with a fresh set of eyes. We'll never judge a book by its cover, and we'll pay attention to everything around us. And because of that, we're very thankful. Also, make sure we write our reports. I'd also like to give a special thank you to Specialist Sylvia Torres. We'd like to say thank you for letting us know that anything is possible, as long as we stay professional, be on time, and take our job very serious. We can make a long-lasting impression in our community, and our service will show. And to make sure we write our reports. Specialist Frank Peter Smith, the man, the legend. We'd like to say thank you as a whole. From you, we learned that sometimes you have to come off of LTG and LTE and go back down to 2G, because if you take the time to slow down, you'll see everything that you missed as you were speeding past. We also learned that we'll never beat your EVOC score. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, to the person we spent some of the most time with, Specialist James Francis. We'd like to say thank you to you. From you, we learned that we could do way more push-ups than we thought we could. We also learned that we're a little scared of that black marker and that postboard, and that let us know that we really do have Stockholm Syndrome, like you said. We also learned that sometimes, if you have an opportunity to fight a man with a gun and to fight a man with a knife, always choose the man with the gun. Because a gun could run out of bullets, but in the words of Specialist Francis, a knife will never run out of knife. And we also learned one thing that we keep most close to us, and this is what I cherish the most. There's only two kinds of heroes in this world, a sandwich and a dead one. Don't be a hero. That line we hold closest to us in this line of work. We were taught by the best. So when you are taught by the best, it helps you be the best. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this. Some of us volunteered to be OC sprayed. Coming back to the academy, after doing that, never volunteered to get OC sprayed. Coming back to the academy, Chief Barkuka said to us, today we did what others won't do, so tomorrow we can do what others can't. And I would just like to leave you with that in closing as that thought, because every day we approached in this academy with that same mentality to get through every task and everything we had to do. And it made us the fine, CUNY peace officers that you see before you today. Thank you very much.